Ready to dive into the future. Today we're looking at Dario Amodei's Machines of Loving Grace. He paints a pretty wild picture of what powerful AI could do, like really soon.
Right. It's not just like little steps. He's talking about totally changing what's possible, maybe even while we're still around to see it.
He throws around this idea of a compressed 21st century, like curing things like cancer, Alzheimer's.
Mm.
Not in 100 years, but 10. Sounds kind of sci-fi, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
How does that even work? Does AI magically make scientists smarter?
It's more about how discoveries happen, he thinks. Like a lot of the big leaps, think CRISPR or those mRNA vaccines, they totally changed the game, right?
Yeah, those aha
Yeah.
moments where everything clicks.
Exactly. And Amodei's point is, those breakthroughs, looking back, we could have had them sooner if we connected the dots.
You're saying we had the pieces, just not the big picture.
It's like, he says, imagine a country of geniuses all in a data center. Not one AI, but tons of them, each one a specialist, working together, analyzing stuff crazy fast, way beyond what we can do.
So instead of waiting for some lone genius to put it all together, we get AI to do the heavy lifting. Sifting through all the research, making the connections no human could.
Exactly. Picture this. AI reading every single research paper, finding patterns, links, stuff we'd miss completely. He thinks this could speed up discoveries like tenfold, maybe even more.
Warp speed for science. Okay, but even if we discover new stuff super fast, what about actually using it? Like new treatments, trials, that all takes time.
Well, for sure. Amodei's not ignoring the real world. But even there, he sees AI helping. Imagine AI that designs clinical trials, figures out the best options fast, avoids dead ends.
Working smarter, not harder.
Exactly. Or think about developing drugs. AI could simulate how they work at a cellular level. No more lengthy animal testing.
Okay, I'm seeing the potential here.
Right.
But Amodei's really into how AI can change healthcare, biology. He even suggests we could double our lifespan. Seriously.
It's a bold claim, yeah.
Yeah.
But he points to stuff like genomics, gene editing, all that's advancing. He thinks AI could supercharge it, not just cure diseases, but like reverse aging itself.
Hold on, reverse aging. That's movie stuff. What are we talking, immortality now?
It's about figuring out how aging works at the cell level. Some research suggests it's not inevitable, more like a program in our cells we could change, maybe even reverse.
Instead of treating wrinkles, we're going after the source.
Right. He sees a future where we could reprogram our cells to fix damage, regrow tissues, basically slow down, maybe even reverse the aging clock.
Mind-blowing, really. But aging aside, there are other big problems, like cancer. It mutates so fast, can we even keep up?
That's where this country of geniuses idea shines. Imagine AI studying cancer cells nonstop, predicting how they'll mutate and making treatments that adapt along with it.
Like a never-ending arms race, but this time, we've got AI on our side calling the shots.
Right, and it's not just reacting. Amodei says AI could spot disease way earlier before we even notice symptoms.
World's best doctors, but it's AI working 204/7 behind the scenes.
And because they analyze so much data, they could catch things human doctors wouldn't. He thinks we could treat diseases like cancer super early, way better survival rates.
It all sounds amazing, but is Amodei worried about any downsides? All this AI in healthcare, what about privacy, data security?
Totally valid concerns. We'll definitely get into the ethical stuff later on.
Good to know. Okay, so we've got potential for crazy healthcare breakthroughs, but Amodei doesn't stop there. He's also thinking about the economy, especially for developing countries.
And that's where it gets even more interesting. Can AI actually help lift people out of poverty? He's cautiously optimistic, but there are definitely challenges.
Yeah, he sees it as like AI could be this advisor, not replacing leaders, but giving them way better info to make decisions with.
Empowering, not taking over. I like it. But what does that actually look like? Give me an example.
He talks about things like resource allocation, building infrastructure. Imagine AI looking at a country's whole economy, figuring out the best investments, even predicting problems before they happen.
A crystal ball, but with data to back it up. Right. And it's not just numbers. He says AI could help design those safety net programs, make sure food and medicine get where they're needed, even personalize education so everyone has a chance to succeed.
Okay, now we're talking about solving some seriously deep-rooted problems. Poverty, inequality. Can AI really make a difference when there's so much else going on?
Even Amodei admits tech alone isn't enough. He knows corruption, unstable governments, all that stuff still gets in the way.
So AI isn't a magic wand. Then what's the point? Where does it fit in?
Think of it like it amplifies what's already happening. Better data, better predictions. It helps those efforts actually work. He thinks developing countries could skip ahead, do in years what used to take decades.
Fast-forwarding progress. But what are the people who get left behind? Seems like AI could help those who are already doing okay, and everyone else falls further behind.
That's the opt-out problem, he calls it. Even if the AI solutions are there, not everyone benefits equally. Some might not even have access in the first place.
So how do we avoid this AI divide? It feels like that could define the whole century.
Amadei's big on countries working together, especially democracies. He wants this entente strategy, basically. Democratic countries setting the rules for AI, sharing what they know, making sure it's good for everyone.
Makes you wonder about the whole governance side of things.
Yeah.
If AI is going to shape the future, how do we make sure it's the future we actually want?
And that's where it gets really interesting. He thinks AI could actually make democracy stronger, make the world more peaceful. But we got to be smart about it.
Okay, now I'm really curious. How's that supposed to work? Any specific examples?
He talks about fighting misinformation, all that propaganda online. Imagine AI that spots deep fakes, those bot accounts, all that manipulation stuff right as it's happening.
That's scary relevant right now with social media blowing up and everyone believing everything they read.
For sure. And Amodei says AI could keep governments honest too. Imagine it analyzing their data, seeing where the money's going, flagging corruption.
Digital watchdogs, making sure everyone's playing by the rules.
Kind of, yeah. But he's also clear AI should help human institutions, not replace them. We decide what matters, what the AI should prioritize. It's a tool for us to use.
It's a lot to think about. Every benefit seems to come with its own set of problems. But even if we figure all that out, there's still the big one. If AI can do almost anything better than us, what does that make us? What's our purpose then? It's the big question, right? If AI's got this covered, cures, solutions, even composing music, what are we here for? Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Could be one way to see it. But Amodei, he's got a different take. He says being human isn't just about being productive or better than machines at stuff.
So what we focus on the stuff AI can't do yet, like the feeling stuff.
It's about what makes us us. Creativity, compassion, love, connecting with each other, even just wanting to learn things because it's cool, not because it's useful. Amodei thinks that's where we'll thrive, even more so when AI takes care of the rest.
Interesting. Like AI helps us remember what being human is all about. But let's be real, even if we've got art and feelings, what about paying the bills? If AI's got jobs on lock, how's that fair to everyone else?
Big issue, for sure. Amodei says we might need a whole new economic system. He even talks about that universal basic income idea. Everyone gets paid, no matter what, so they can follow their passions, help out, or just, enjoy life more.
Radical, yeah. But with AI taking jobs, more people are thinking that way. But even if the money part works out, can society handle that biggest shift? It's got to be scary. This much change, this fast.
Amodei's big on education, talking about this stuff openly. Not just the techie parts of AI, but the ethics, the impact on society, all of it. We got to teach the next generation to think critically, make good choices with this powerful tech.
So not just coding skills, but like how to be a decent human in an AI world.
Exactly. The future isn't set in stone, he says. It's what we make it, through the choices we make, what we value, being open to what's possible.
I like that. It's easy to get freaked out about AI, but Amodei reminds us we have a say in all this.
He compares it to when we invented nukes, kinda. Huge tech leap, but then we had to choose destroy ourselves or use it for good.
And AI's like that, but on a way bigger scale. It's not just countries or weapons, it's the future of intelligence itself.
He doesn't pretend to know it all, but he leaves us with this. If a brighter future's possible, what are you going to do to make it happen?
That's a good one to end on. It's not about predicting the future, it's making it.
And that's our deep dive into machines of loving grace. Hopefully you've got a better sense of Amodei's vision and the role AI could play in it.
Definitely got me thinking. I'm sure we'll be talking about this more as AI keeps shaking things up. Until then, keep asking the big questions, and don't be afraid to explore the possibilities.